Now to an image out of Baghdad tonight. Our team in a marketplace where there's a mad dash by Iraqis to get their hands on American uniforms, vests, weapons left behind. You'll see it here and images of our troops and the practice run. What to do to get civilians out of an embassy in trouble. They hope they won't have to use it. ABC's chief global affairs correspondent Martha Raddatz in Baghdad again tonight.
The fighting today fierce and ever closer to Baghdad. Each mark on the map now under control of the militant terror group. Here in Baghdad, men vowing to defend their city, their government, from the terror group that vows to topple both. In the markets, we found a scramble to buy weapons left behind here by U.S. forces.
This market is a veritable history of American military involvement in Iraq. I can see from the different types of uniforms, the different types of vests, how old they are. And of course, many of them have the American label.
Tonight, President Obama weighing what to do, ranging from sending military advisors to striking the militants from the air. But the president indicating he does not want to simply prop up an Iraqi government that has done nothing to unite its bitterly divided people. And then there is the U.S. Embassy. The chaos today, bringing back memories of Iran, 1979, the U.S. Embassy siege, and of course, Benghazi. It is why American diplomatic security agents train like this. A mock attack on a consulate, which we recently witnessed.
We are taking increased IDF fire. They are zeroing us in. How copy?
A simulated scramble to hold off the attackers.
Stay down, stay away from the windows.
A battle.
Permission to evac.
That America hopes it will not have to wage to protect the embassy here in Baghdad.
Preparations for a possible evacuation of the embassy here have been intense. The big fear is that Baghdad International Airport might be overrun. If that happens, Osprey aircraft would likely land on embassy grounds, all to get the Americans out. David?
All right, Martha Raddatz in Iraq again tonight. Martha, thank you. And back here at home now, into Dr. Oz this evening in the hot seat in Washington, answering questions before Congress. And all of this centers on the companies and their so-called weight loss remedies, many of them claiming they've been...
You do have
we
militias.
Have tribes.
I've seen
we
the
have
militias.
Tribes, and you can see the tribes there. No, it's
Badr
only.
brigades.
Now we are talking with the tribes, with Sunni and Shia tribes. We must liberate Iraq. And Iraq for Sunni and for Shia, for Christian.
But Jeff, we may already be seeing a new wave of sectarian killings here in the capital. This morning, the bodies of 4 young men, presumed to be Sunnis, were found in a neighborhood controlled by a Shiite militia. They had been shot numerous times. And of course, this is a chilling reminder for everyone here of that terrifying period in 2006 and 2007 when sectarian death squads terrorized the city.
Clarissa Ward in Baghdad, thank you. Foreign journalists are not allowed into Mosul. Holly Williams talked to an Iraqi who has seen what's happening.
This doctor who works in Mosul made his way through checkpoints to meet us a few miles outside the city. The Islamic extremists known as ISIS have been welcomed by many in Mosul. Like the militants, most of its residents are Sunni Muslims who resent the Iraqi government, which is dominated by Shiite Muslims. The doctor wouldn't show his face, not because he's frightened of ISIS, but because he fears retribution from Iraq's government.
Have ISIS enforced Islamic law in Mosul?
Actually, they have this idea, but they are not forced people.
He told us his hospital only has water for 2 hours a day because the Iraqi government switched off the water supply.
So things are better under ISIS?
As the people say, it is better than a government. It is better.
Why?
Because they gave him freedom.
In internet videos, ISIS shows a very different face, including summary executions of its enemies.
If you do not think the way they do, you die. That's it.
Retired Colonel Harry Shute fought in Iraq during the US invasion and now advises Iraqi politicians. He blames Iraq's US-backed government for dividing the country along religious lines and driving the country's Sunni Muslims into the arms of ISIS.
Can Iraq survive as a state?
Looking at it right now, I don't think so. I think the Iraq that we had in our vision from a couple of years ago or whatever is finished.
Some people here have told us that Iraq's religious fault lines are now so deep that, Jeff, the only way of avoiding all-out civil war is to allow the country to split apart.
Holly Williams, thank you.